Everybody, this is Optimus. Thanks for tuning in. This is another video review. This time I am doing it on my Transformers Classics 2.0 Onslaught. So, as you can see, Onslaught is a secret weapons and tactics vehicle, or SWAT for short, and he does that noise a lot, so I'm just going to pick him up and not bother with it. Now, as you can see, Onslaught is in this secret weapons SWAT vehicle mode, basically, and it's a little bit different than what he was in the original G1. He was a tank, but Onslaught is the leader of the Combaticons. Now, I always really like the Combaticons because they're all military vehicles, and there's rumor that the Combaticons actually might appear in Transformers 2. We may see a combiner form, and that could either be Devastator or the actual Combaticons, mostly because there's a lot of military vehicles, so that's where the theory kind of goes to. But as you can see, really nice looking vehicle mode. I really like the way it looks. It's got these kind of scoopy guys here on the bottom, which move. Really kind of nice. The turret at the top rotates left, and it rotates right. And as you can see, it has 6 wheels. One wheel actually has a special gimmick, and I'm doing this to show Sean Long exactly what happens. This wheel, on this side right here, I'm taking this off for now. On one side you can see silver, silver, silver. On the other side, silver, black, silver. That wheel itself is what turns to create the mechanized sounds that you get when he moves around. So that's that. I'll show you where that button is, Sean, so that you can properly line yours up. Also, I've seen a couple other video reviews of this. Sean's is one, and so I wanted to show him that specific thing. The second review was Douchebanks, and he mistransformed the back section here. His was all like that still, you know. Like, don't be retarded. I specifically wanted to give a special shout out to Robo Feeney, who convinced me to take my time with these reviews now. And in doing so, you allow yourself to become more familiar with the figure and give a much better review, such as knowing where proper things go and how certain things are supposed to work. So, having said that, you can see on the top here, he's got that sound, plus also, if you push down this section here, you will see this light up. Now, right in here, you're going to see the machine guns. If you hold it down, it'll continuously fire. And you can kind of see lights in there. One thing that kind of sucks is the siren here, which also by my thumb, if you just push it once, or if you hold it down, it lights up and makes one sound, which is kind of gay. But I don't like this on the top. It's a nice place to store it, so I go ahead and take that off. I usually leave it like this because I think this looks a whole lot neater and a lot cooler. You get some nice coloring in here too with the reflective pieces of silver metallic stuff, so it's kind of hard to see. So overall, really nice robot mode, or vehicle mode. You got some translucent pieces here. The lights here in the front are posable, so you can push those back, which work better in this robot mode, so you can leave that down there. One thing that I really don't particularly care for is this big giant gun thing here, which you can see plainly sticks out. And I mean, there it is right there. And you can see it when it's in that mode, and I'm not a big fan of that. Maybe if you put it back, kind of, it's a little bit better, but it's still there. And so that's one gripe that I have with it. I don't like that thing sticking out. Also, these cannon things suffer from the leader brawl from the movie line. They come out really, really easily. I mean, I understand because you can't have kids poking their eyes out or anything, but overall, really nice looking vehicle mode. I think this just makes it look so much more menacing. I think it's so cool. I'm assuming that these are more than likely mine scrapers. You drive around and you scoop mines out or something, I guess. So that's it. Now to go ahead and transform them, what you want to go ahead and do first, this back section, go ahead and lift that up. and fold that underneath, and then take it and push it forward. Making it sound like you're going to break the thing. Right up here, grab hold of the front wheel and loosen that from the section on the side. Go ahead and do that on both sides. Then the side panel right here, right above this tire, that folds back. And you have a extra little flap here that you need to fold underneath. Go ahead and do that on the other side as well. Fold it up, fold that back, just like so. These back sections here, those fold out, thusly. Then when you have it like that, you can grab hold of the actual wheel section, rotate that down, do the same on both sides, and then just completely bring them all the way down to create the legs. Now, right in here, this is now he's got his legs like this. So here's his upper body, here's his legs. This whole mechanism here is all kind of like a cluster, but it's really cool how it actually fits together and transforms. You lift this little cage-looking device, lift that up, and then you take the wheel and you tuck that in. There are two little holes right in here and two pegs on this that fold back down and clip that into place. Then what you want to do is take this side section and fold that, and again there's a little slot that folds into here. And now leaving everything just like so, you have one of his legs. Again, lift this out, fold this up underneath, bring this down, make sure you peg that into place, slide this section to the front, again tabbing that in nicely, and again, now we're going to do his upper body. And literally what you do is you take here, split this apart, and as you slide it out, you will rotate it down, or just kind of slide that off to the side, opening it up in the section here. Fold down the chest piece. There's a little tab under here that connects in here, or vice versa. Put it in, and you'll hear it go pop, like so. Arrange the arms so that these guys, there we go. You have these on the top. Bring the arms out. Right in here are his hands. You just fold those out like so, and then position them. Do the same thing on this side. Fold them out. Position them. Now, here you have him in his robot mode. Really cool looking. I really like the robot mode. It's very, very, very G1 looking, and I really like it. Now, this is not the Henkei version, or as me and Mr. Jetty Mitchell and I have a bit of competition going right now. He does review, then I do review. So, Mr. Mitchell, you bring forth your Henkei Panky Bumblebee. I bring forward Onslaught. You lose. Nah, but this is the American version, so the paint scheme is not completely accurate with the G1 colors. However, it's pretty doggone close. One thing, now let's talk about articulation, I suppose, and these things still pop off, and they aggravate me. His head will rotate a full 360 degrees, all that jazz. His arms rotate back and forth, up and down at the elbow, twist, full range of motion there. No articulation in the waist, but the legs are really articulated, and they have a lot of individual ratcheted joints, so you can get some good poses. Again, I'm a big fan of, for some reason, if I had this, for some reason doing this pose with my figures, where he looks like he's doing a gigantic judo kick. Either way, that says posability to me, when you can do that with a figure. One thing that I don't like is, I'm not a fan of keeping the arms like this, and then you have the hands positioned like that. I'm not a big fan of that because the elbow don't bend. The elbow has to be positioned like this to get it to fully bend like that. But when you do that, you have a big giant ass hole here. Boo. Don't like that. So in order to get it doing that, you kind of gotta leave it where he's all. Dun, 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 dun. One thing that's real cool on this arm right here, you have a spring-loaded cannon that comes flying out. No flying missiles or anything with this guy, but his face is really cool. As you can see, very G1-esque face. And again, when you push the button on the back, you will get his eyes lighting up this time. So really cool. Really nice figure. I do enjoy that. Now, one thing that, what's his face? Douchebag brought up. I just said it twice for some reason. Right on the side here is a button. When you push it, he's like, oh, it activates more lights and sounds. No. This is the mechanism to make the wheel actually work. When you transform them and you put it back up, when you put this wheel, again, no silver piece, when you rotate that around, if you look inside here, maybe if you can see it, right up in here is a mechanism that when you move the wheel around, as you can see, that moves, see that? That rubs up against this. So it's constantly doing that. So that's what you guys get for doing these reviews so early. Pay attention. So anyhow, overall, good figure. I don't like the arm problems here. These still have a problem because they still fall off. But overall, it's a decent figure. Again, another hole right in here, which you can kind of get away with. I don't mind it that much. The other thing that's kind of obnoxious is these guys. They're like, it's like Shredder from the Ninja Turtles. I don't get it. But you can also see that the light on the front here, the front, that can also fold down so that you can make that more flush, so it looks a whole lot better. But overall, really nice figure. I do highly recommend this guy. It's very cool. I think it's very accurate to the show. Nice big purple Decepticon symbol here. The only thing I wish it did have, like I said, would be the cover here to close that off, or however they could do it. Other than that, I can't really find too many other main problems with it. I really like the legs and how they all assemble and form a leg, and they stay together fairly well. And posability, I think, is pretty good on this guy. So overall, I definitely recommend this guy. If you see him, pick him up. Reports are that him and Powerglide have made appearances in Toys R Us's or something like that in the United States, so look for them. They're coming out here, guys. So, and also, I forgot the shield here. On the other arm, you have a little tab right here which folds out, creating a little block that you can take this and theoretically put it right in there, and now you have him with a shield. Not a big fan of that. But other than that, that's pretty much it for him in his robot mode. Now to go ahead and transform him, what you want to do first is grab hold of this section here and separate this. That'll lift up, and you'll have him completely up like that. Take the hands, rotate those around, and tuck those back underneath into place, just like so. Then, now you have them like this, so you have to bring these forward and rotate them down at the same time to get them to slide into place properly. So bend them, rotate them, whatever the case may be, just like that. Rotate the arms and fold down at the elbow. Now the legs are a little bit more tricky, as there's a lot of stuff that has to line up properly. So separate this, lift that out, fold that, flip that back out, bring that back down. Do the same on this side. Lift, fold out, bring the wheel out, return that back to the spot. Now, these legs, as I said, are a little tricky. When you get it like that, you make sure that you have the wheels on the proper side. You want to bend this down a few notches, like so, and then swivel that up into place. so it's on the side like that. There's a little slot in here which notches in here nicely. Oh, make sure you see that. And then this was up, push that down. Take this, fold this out, replace that to the front like so, and you'll want to replace that back section as well. Now the other leg's a little bit more tricky. Again, bend down so that it's kind of, so you have these lined up fairly nicely, and then fold up in, and you have to be careful. You want to make sure that you line up the mechanism here. So again, there's a little button on the side. You want to line it up with the little slot on the side in here. So slide that in. Okay, so now you got that lined up nicely. Open this section up and take this little piece out again and extend that back, covering that back panel or side panel. Take this back flap, pull that out, put that back like so, fold that out, put it in like so, and there you guys have them with the shield, which again, like I said, you can, you know, put it right here and it stores in his robot mode, so it works. And Arno will like that. Fold these little headlight things up. But there you guys have it. Hopefully it was informative. Hopefully I taught you guys a thing or two. So this was Optibotimus with Classics 2.0. Onslaught. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And stay tuned because very shortly, 1,000 subscribers. Woo!